Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning into the Education Firm podcast, where I am your host, Kendall Peacock. We are continuing on talking about separation of church and state. Last week, we spoke on Louisiana, and that also included Utah, Texas, and Oklahoma as well in that commentary. But today, for part two of separation of church and state, we are talking about Oklahoma and the Bible. Oklahoma is now required to house the Ten Commandments as well as have the Bible added to their curriculum. That's right. Teachers are now required to teach out of the Bible in the classroom. Y'all, when I tell you this is not right, this is causing a lot of problems. I don't understand why they think doing this is proper when we live in a world that is full of different kinds of people and cultures and ways of life. And they want to, basically cram the Bible down people's throats. Yes, we are the United States. One of the religions here represented is Christianity. That's just one. There are more religions here. And you are subjecting so many different kinds of people to this in the classroom. This will be heavily offensive to those who are not Christian and believe in the other faiths. This is so not proper, and I am deeply, deeply, deeply concerned. But we'll get into that. I want to tell you what Superintendent Ryan Walters had to say about this as relates to Oklahoma. The Bible is an indispensable historical and cultural touchstone. And he also expects schools' strict adherence to this mandate. This is a mandate, y'all. Oklahoma schools are now required to incorporate the Bible into their curriculum due to a new state mandate placed by Superintendent Ryan Walters. This was announced shortly after um, Louisiana, presented theirs. I am, I'm flabbergasted, y'all. It's the level of insult that these people just do not seem to care about. But here's my thing. This is going to be a short live because I don't have a lot to say, but I do have something to say, but not a lot to this because I've covered it. Here's my thing. This will be good for those who are of the Christian faith. This will be good to those who are of the Christian faith. But what about those that are Hindu, Muslim, um, Judaic. What about those? This is not proper. This ain't proper. And the priorities are just out of whack. There are more things to teach in school that are beneficial to life and morality than just tossing religion in the school. This is not Sunday school. You want to learn about the Bible? Go to church. That's what Sunday school is for. That is what church is for. Church and school, public school at that, do not go together. They should remain separate. Oh, absolutely. They should remain separate. Because otherwise, you're going to have problems. You're going to have issues. This is not right. This is not right. What if you have teachers that are of other faiths and cultures, and you're mandating them to teach out of the Bible? This is not thought through at all. I don't know what these people in education are thinking about. This is not for the betterment at all. This is not for the betterment. This is causing division. This is causing uproar. This is causing lawsuits. This is causing strikes and protest. This is what this is causing. There is no unity in this at all. None. Ugh, it's deeply concerning. Deeply concerning. And this is another thing. We're talking about education. All of these schools represented between Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, and Utah are considering adding the Bible into the school. But what about getting these elementary, middle school, and high school students' reading levels up? What about getting their math levels up? What about that? Y'all listen to this. The proficiency percentages that are represented in Texas, elementary school students' reading levels are at 40%. The elementary school math levels in Texas are at 41%. The middle school reading levels in Texas are at 38%. The middle school math levels in Texas are at 39%. The high school reading level is 36% in Texas. And the high school math level in Texas is at 37%. It keeps going. Oklahoma elementary school reading levels 35%, while their math level is 33%. Oklahoma middle school reading level percentage 32%, while their math level is at 31%. Oklahoma high school reading levels are at 30%, while their math level is at 28%. Louisiana elementary school reading levels, 32%, while their math level is at 30%. Louisiana middle school reading level, 31%, while their math level is 29%. Louisiana high school reading levels, 28%, while their math level, 26%. Utah, their elementary school reading level percentage is 45%, while their math level is 44%. Utah's middle school reading level percentage, 42%. Math level, 41%. High school reading level in Utah is 40%, while the math level is 39%. Y'all, our kids are failing in these schools. But your main priority is putting the Bible in the school while your students are failing reading and math. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm telling you, your priorities are out of line. Governor Jeff Landry, Louisiana, Representative Michael Peterson, Utah, Superintendent Ryan Walters, Oklahoma, and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick out of Texas. Your priorities are out of line. Get your students' reading and math levels up to proper percentages. Then we can talk about adding religion into the school. Until then, that should not be your focus. Your students, for lack of better words, are stupid at your hands. And you're doing every and any other thing except for finding out why your students are not learning properly. Putting the Bible in your curriculum and plastering it in the school should not be your priority. Offending other people, cultures, and ways of life should not be your priority. Absolutely not. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with these people's minds that are in over education. If it's anything like the presidential debate we had last night, our public school system is in trouble. Just like our nation. Since we only have these two choices, Trump and Biden, we are in trouble. We must have other candidates to consider. If not, we've gone to hell. This is why it's important to vote. Getting the proper people in charge in the areas that they need to be in charge in to bring change is very important. If we don't have your vote, we can't make no changes. These percentages that I just read to you, that you can also look up on your own at the nation's report card, NAEP. You can also go to your state's education agency as well as your Department of Education, and you can find up to date percentages and data on what is going on with these schools. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And we want to talk about putting religion in school, and our students are dumb. I can understand why some of these schools now are wanting to ban cell phones in the classroom, because some of these places see that their students are not smart. But I need these other places to see that as well, instead of pushing a religious agenda off on people that's not going to do anything but cause more problems. Do you want people to leave the school? Do you want teachers to quit? Do you want to have a teacher shortage because you are forcing these people who may not even be Christian to teach out of something that is not even their faith? And we want to talk about good morals. The moral thing to do, Governor Landry, Representative Peterson, Superintendent Walters, and Lieutenant Governor Patrick, the moral thing to do is to get your students' grades and percentages up to par. Get it up to par. Oklahoma ranks number 49 in education. And these other states are not too far from that number. Do you see the level of offness here? This is so off. This is so off. I am so confused about it. This is the perfect time, parents, to get your kids out of school and teach your kids at home. Instill good morals into your kids at home. Teach them reading skills, math skills at home. Teach them how to be a good citizen at home. These public school systems, because they are government entities, they do not care about your child. They care about pushing their own agenda. And that agenda does not involve your child. If they cared, like I said in the last video, we would have military grade metal detectors at every entrance of our public school buildings. They do not care. It's really sad. It's really sad, y'all. I was going to read this article. I don't even feel like reading the article because it's all the same. It's all the same. It's nonsense, y'all. Nonsense. Teach your children at home, parents. That's the remedy to this. Teachers, if you don't want to teach out of the Bible, teach at home. There's lots of parents who don't mind you coming over and homeschooling their child. You got to do what's right for you and stand up for what you believe in. That's all I'm saying. That's all I had to say, y'all. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Education Firm podcast today. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Please hit like, please share out the broadcast, and I will see you later.